Coming up on the DMC Upside, the Del Mar College Board of Regents toured the completed music building renovation and expansion project. We'll take you there.
The first cohort of the IT GIS Essentials program received badges and certificates last month. We'll tell you all about it.
The Del Mar College faculty returned to campus after the winter break on January 6, 2014. They attended a training seminar to highlight the college's policies and procedures.
Movie reviews are back along with Around Campus and Board Watch. We'll also visit the 2013 fall commencement.
Happy New Year! Welcome to the January edition of the DMC Upside. I'm Carlos Garanzuay.
And I'm Emily Gonzalez. In the next half hour, we'll give you the latest news and information about Del Mar College.
The Del Mar College Board of Regents held a workshop where they toured the newly renovated and expanded music building. This $8.2 million expansion adds 18,910 square feet to the facility.
On January 14, 2014, Del Mar College's Board of Regents, along with other college administrators, toured the music building's completed expansion and renovations on Del Mar College's East Campus.
My thoughts, wow, I'm overwhelmed with the generosity of the school and what they've entrusted us to and how much it's going to change the lives of our students. The building is beautiful. It brings in much natural light and many beautiful things for the students to look at and to be motivated by for their learning.
The $8.2 million expansion adds 18,910 square feet, including 11,290 square feet on the first floor and 7,620 square feet on the second. The new building houses a large rehearsal room with storage, faculty offices, music technology labs, as well as large and small state-of-the-art recording studios.
The equipment that we have to teach them in the sound recording technology labs, in the classrooms, and that's going to change their lives, I think, more than anything. And our faculty are incredibly excited as well.
We've had a lot of the functionality, but now it looks that much better. It's really going to help a lot of the recording processes that we've done before, where we've had to haul things around and we'd set up temporarily, but we'd have to break down right afterwards. If anything wasn't done within an hour, we really couldn't do it. And now we have the luxury that we can set up, do what we need to do, leave it up, go to lunch, come back, do it more, and so it gives us a lot more time on target than we ever had before.
I've been coming to Wolfer Saddle Hall, a good God, for the last 40, 50 years. And I recognize the importance of the music department for this community because it's our students that eventually become members of the symphony and every other musical entity in this community.
It's hard sometimes to appreciate the value in something that you've grown so familiar with that it's kind of gotten dog-eared and beat up. But it's our job to see the value in the old too and try to bring it back, because you can't always just be throwing things away and rebuilding. So this project was very much a part of the new and the old working together and trying to build on the virtues of the older parts of the building and then create something new that's really kind of youthful and energetic and, like you guys, kind of cool.
For information about the music program at Del Mar College, call 361-698-1211 or go online to www.delmar.edu/music. We'll be right back after a short break.
Catch the Viking Spirit. Nationally recognized and locally focused, Del Mar College has been delivering dreams for over 75 years. If Del Mar College has touched your life, join the Vikings Alumni Association and help others achieve their dreams. Stay connected. Support scholarships. Explore the Viking Career Network. Join online today at delmar.edu/alumni for as little as $10 and get a free t-shirt. Show your Viking pride.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Welcome back. The first cohort of the ITGIS Essentials program received badges and certificates. This program started off with an IT boot camp last May to get accepted participants up to speed.
On December 17, 2013, the first cohort of the ITGIS Essentials program received badges and certificates for the fast-track mini courses completed since early June and was held in the Ventures Business Building on Del Mar College's East Campus.
Well, we're here for a really great event. This is our first Cohort 1 graduation. It's the National Information Security and Geospatial Technology program. It's a Department of Labor funded program. And one of the things we did is we developed these courses. They're what we call technology bridge courses, is to assist people in getting across that technology river, basically. And a number of these students, we started out with 36 in Cohort 1. We have 17 that are now graduating, and they completed 5 courses, all these foundation level courses of information technology and computer science and GIS.
Some students received certificates equating to 32 continuing education units for continuing the full program, while other students received badges for the coursework they've completed since the program began June 3rd.
This is the end result. I came here, I was a student, I came every day, and I was elated about what I learned. The ArcGIS and GIS technology is one thing that really impressed me about the course. The whole course was impressive, but I had no knowledge of ARC technology and GIS and geospatial technology. I had no knowledge of that at all, and that really blew my mind.
A 3-year, $20 million grant awarded in 2011 by the U.S. Department of Labor's Employment and Training Administration allowed 7 partnering institutions, including Del Mar College, to establish the National Information Security and Geospatial Technology Consortium and to offer the program to those institutions.
This is for a lot of students that may have already had a great amount of skill sets, but because their particular area that they were working in left them, or just life came at them pretty fast. They may go into business, they may go into operating systems, they may go into a whole host of different types of jobs or sales, but what it will do is, because they've earned that MSA, it's going to give them the opportunity to then compete much greater and be in a better position to get that job with those that they're competing with for a particular job in our area.
For more information on the GIS, computer science, engineering, and advanced technology at Del Mar College, call 361-698-1299.
The Del Mar College faculty returned to campus the second week of January. They attended a mandatory training seminar to highlight the college's policies and procedures.
On January 6, 2014, Del Mar College faculty gathered at the Richardson Performance Hall for the Spring 2014 Faculty Return Day meeting and training on Del Mar College's East Campus. Dr. Fernando Figueroa, Provost and Vice President of Instruction and Student Services, welcomed faculty to the all-day event, which included meetings on student engagement and retention services, core 2014 and assessment updates, as well as mandatory training sessions of college faculty responsibilities as it relates to students and Del Mar Policy B719.
As the Provost said, this training is very important because it outlines the obligations and compliance. We have obligations, we have compliance when it comes to discrimination and harassment as related to students in this policy.
Representatives from the Division of Student Engagement and Retention and from Human Resources and Administration went over the policies and answered any questions faculty may have had.
The Department of Education, under the Office of Civil Rights, does provide guidance and instructions that we are to look into these matters. The college has the obligation, the college has the responsibility, and in doing so, that puts it back on us individually. We have the obligation and the responsibility.
Today we were providing a training so that faculty would be completely aware of all the nuances that are involved in the B7.19 harassment and discrimination policy for students. When the policies are being implemented, the faculty do play a role, and if they're not aware of the changes, things could not go the way that they should. And this afternoon was a little more serious. Harassment and discrimination, there are laws that govern what we do when it comes to those issues, and we had to really be serious so that faculty heard everything. I want to emphasize the fact that the Student Engagement and Retention Office is a resource for our faculty. You know, we're here to partner with them as we're working with our students, and whenever there's a question or concern, they should not hesitate to contact us.
Students can find information on academic policies in the current college catalog. Go to www.delmar.edu. We're taking a short break, but movie reviews are next. Don't go away.
I spent the day in the shade of a tree, thinking how we best to spend this precious time that we've been given. I came to thinking that the best use of my time would be with you.
Just imagine the places we can go together. Del Mar College, dreams delivered.
Survival in a chemical emergency depends on getting accurate information. For the latest updates on a chemical emergency, call 826-4636. Add this number to your emergency contact list, 826-4636. And don't call 911. Instead, for information, call the information line, 826-4636. Getting information is an important part of your personal safety plan. Be prepared. Get your personal safety plan information at cclepc.org.
Now it's time for movie reviews on the DMC Upside. I'm Robert Bettis Jr., and our special guest reviewer today is none other than Carlos Garanzuay. Our first film is The Wolf of Wall Street. From the American dream to corporate greed, New York stockbroker Jordan Belfort, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, goes from penny stocks and righteousness to IPOs and a life of corruption in the late 80s. Excess, success, and influence in his early 20s warranted Belfort the title The Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolf of Wall Street is directed by Martin Scorsese and is rated R. You know, powerhouse performances by all of the cast, led by none other than Golden Globe winner Leonardo DiCaprio. It is a classic Martin Scorsese film with lovable bad guys in the city that he loves to show, which is New York City. There's so much in this film that he packs into 3 hours that when the film's over, you didn't realize that much time has passed. I gave this film an A+. It must see, definitely.
I really enjoyed the film, but just like with several other movies that carried the excess, there's a reason that it's designed with the 80s excess. If you're going in looking for a movie of a happy-go-lucky kind of story, this is not for you. You need to be very selective in watching it. But it's a fantastic story. If you're prepared and you have the stomach to remember the 80s, then you'll be able to tolerate the memories of those things, including these images of excess. Some things could have been, I think, improved upon. I gave it an A+ though. For FBI agent Richie DiMasso, there are no limits to catch a criminal. When assigned to catch crooked politicians, Agent DiMasso, played by Bradley Cooper, recruits a conman and his sidekick, played by Christian Bale and Amy Adams, to go undercover for the FBI. Thrilled at the chance to con powerful members of society, the cons are ready to play their parts. Directed by David Russell, the movie American Hustle is rated R. There's a very helpful perspective to take when you're watching this movie. A lot of it is built around the characters. If you're looking for the storyline and trying to figure out what the story represents and who's being associated by who, because it's very loosely based on actual events. And if you spend your time trying to make these historical connections, you're gonna miss the wonderful characters played by Bale and by Cooper and by Adams, and especially by Jennifer Lawrence, who is excruciatingly eccentric and almost insane. You want to choke her through the screen, but that just shows you how powerful her performance actually is. I gave it an A.
This film won 3 Golden Globes, Best Film, and Amy Adams and Lawrence, incredible performances. But when I saw this film again, what you cannot miss is the soundtrack. This adds such a layer to the film that when you start to hear the words, and then you'll just start noticing the cast is mouthing the words. It's almost like you're watching a musical. I think the soundtrack itself should have been nominated for something as well. Our next movie is Her. Theodore, a lonely writer, played by Joaquin Phoenix, developed an unlikely relationship with Samantha, his newly purchased operating system, voiced by Scarlett Johansson, that's designed to meet his every need. As Samantha's needs and desires grow in tandem with his own, their friendship deepens into an eventual love for each other. Her is written and directed by Spike Jonze and is rated R. Spike Jonze, in the theme of Golden Globe, won, for the writing. And what he manages to do is he's telling a futuristic story that is really not so in the distant future. I give this film an A+.
I thought it was very interesting as well that time differential of how accustomed we've become to not just having our own personal assistants and our iPhones and our Androids, but also in the way we communicate with each other. A lot of times the text messages and Twitter messages that are sent out, they're very brief snippets of what we really mean to say. And while there's a lot of studies that suggest that over time, this sort of mediated communication that we have with one another can still be an effective relationship communicator between people, that's with an actual person being on the other end of the message, not necessarily an operating system. I thought it was a great movie, especially considering the components and the actors that were in it. I gave it an A. Walter Mitty is a daydreamer, and like many of us, his daydreams are much more exciting than his real life. Instead of letting the moment pass him by this time, Walter actually does what he had previously only dreamt of, when he and several co-workers' jobs are on the line after a company buyout. Starring Ben Stiller and Kristen Wiig, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is rated PG and also directed by Ben Stiller. This was a fun movie. These daydreams kind of tend to be a little bit distracting and a little bit excessive in their amount, not so much in their daydreams. They're supposed to be elaborate. And that distracts a little bit, but the characters were done pretty well. Overall, I thought it was a fun movie, great family movie. I gave it a B+.
The film, directed by Ben Stiller, and he's starring Ben Stiller, that to me seems to be what it suffers from also. It's a Ben Stiller. And the thing was that you want to, you start to get into Walter Mitty and you feel for him and stuff, but then, like you were saying, the fantasies get a little distracting, and at some points, I won't mention what it is, but it becomes the parody of what Ben Stiller likes to do in his films. But Walter Mitty is definitely a fun film. I gave it a B. That concludes movie reviews, but don't go away. There's more on the DMC Upside coming up.
During emergencies, Del Mar College provides important information to students, employees, and the public using different communication methods, including the college's website, social media pages, and the local news media. As a Del Mar College student or employee, you can get first-hand notices by signing up for the DMC Alert notification system. Go to www.delmar.edu/DMC Alert. Information about the college's current emergency situation is also available by going to www.delmar.edu, calling the college's public information line at 698-1600, going to Del Mar College's Facebook or Twitter pages, checking the Caller Times website at www.caller.com, listening to broadcasts by local radio and television stations, or checking local stations' web postings. These messages include actions students and employees should take, as well as inform the public of current decisions made by college officials. Messages will be updated as determined by changes affecting the current situation.
During registration, we went around campus and asked students, "What's your New Year's resolution?" This is what they told us.
I want to start school and I want to get a good job because I just turned 18, so that's my New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I just want to apply myself more for school and work and just do better overall.
To be more positive and really help others, including myself.
My New Year's resolution is to come back to school and get everything back in order. I'm really excited actually because I'm going to be changing my major to nursing. And I was in theater beforehand, and I mean right now the economy and stuff like that, theater doesn't really have anything to offer for me. So nursing is going to be really, really cool. And I just recently found out that Del Mar has a lot to do with the nursing program. So I'm really stoked about that. It's pretty exciting.
My New Year's resolution is to stay away from women with a phone number that starts with the number 77.
My New Year's resolution is to continue on doing what I keep on doing and just keep going. I don't really have a New Year's resolution.
My New Year's resolution would be probably to graduate from Del Mar in December and get my associates and transfer to A&M to get my bachelor's. So I could start my own company and it's just one of those dreams that my parents always wanted to do, just open a restaurant with the family and just take it. And now I'm just going to live it up and do my best.
I don't exactly have one. I just want to get my classes going and that's it.
To save money because I'm addicted to online shopping and to do well in school.
My New Year's resolution is to work harder in school, focus, save money, work out, get fit. Basic New Year's resolution.
I just got out of the Air Force on December 28th, so I'm hoping to go to college full time and get an amazing job and help me through.
The Del Mar College Board of Regents meetings are held on the second Tuesday of each month. These 9 elected officials make many of the policies and procedures for the college.
The regular meeting of the Del Mar College Board of Regents convened on January 14th, 2014. Mary McQueen, Executive Director of Development for the Del Mar College Foundation, presented an update.
As a history, about 2006, now this is the 30th year for the Del Mar College Foundation, but looking back in the most recent history, in 2006 we had assets of $5 million, and at the end of the 2012-2013 fiscal year, we had $14.4 million. I will tell you right now that our assets are about $15.1 million halfway through this 13-14 year. That represents about almost a 300% increase over the past 7 years in the assets. And we've had a 19% increase annually over the past 3 years.
Claudia Jackson, Executive Director of Community and Legislative Relations, recognized Regent Dr. Nicholas Adami for his appointment to the National LULAC Civil Rights Committee.
Recently, Dr. Adami was appointed chair of the League of United Latin American Citizens National Civil Rights Committee for 2014. This committee will focus on immigration, voter identification issues, as well as other issues that are going to be identified at the state level. Under Dr. Adami's leadership, 10 other community members from across the nation and Puerto Rico will carry out LULAC's work to promote issues ranging from the economic climate, educational attainment, political influence, housing, health, civil rights, and all these things as they pertain to our Hispanic communities. Dr. Adami served as president for LULAC Council number 1 here in Corpus Christi for how long, Dr. Adami? I'm sorry.
Already going on 7 years.
7 years. He also works very closely with Regent Elva Estrada each year, providing critical support for the success of the LULAC Feria de las Flores pageant that's broadcast live from our Richardson Performance Hall. Dr. Adami served on our board since 1988, and we do congratulate you for taking this national leadership role on behalf of our students and our citizens.
Thank you very much.
The Provost and Vice President of Instruction and Student Services at Del Mar College, Dr. Fernando Figueroa, identified the Del Mar College Fire Science Program's Certificate of National Recognition.
The National Fire Academy approved the college's Fire Science Program for the Fire and Emergency Services Higher Education Recognition Program, which made Del Mar College the only community college in Texas and one of only 16 community colleges in the nation to receive the recognition. The Del Mar College Fire Science Program met the minimum standards of excellence established by the FESHE, Professional Development Committees, and the National Fire Academy. Congratulations to Chris Black, Chair of the Department of Public Safety Education, and Walter Thiem, Assistant Professor of the Fire Academy, Professor, Program Director, for their leadership.
You can watch the Del Mar College Board of Regents meetings on digital cable channel 19 in Corpus Christi every Friday at 2 p.m. and Saturday at 7 p.m. For more information, go to www.delmar.edu/Board of Regents.
Del Mar College held the 2013 Fall Commencement Ceremony late in December. The keynote address was given by Don Dunlap, the President and General Manager of the South Texas Broadcasting System.
The Del Mar College Commencement Ceremony provides special memories, not only for students, but also their families and friends. The college held the Fall Commencement on December 13, 2013, from Richardson Performance Hall. The keynote address was presented by Don Dunlap, the President and General Manager of the local PBS station, KEDT.
I'm the guy for the next 8 minutes that stands between you and graduation. I played in some rock and roll bands, and I really wanted to be a rock and roll star. And after all, I had a guitar, I could play the guitar, I had really great hair. And so I thought, for sure this is going to happen. Well, it didn't happen. But I can tell you in the course of playing music, I became really interested in electronics and sound and amplifiers, and that curiosity beginning to build up in me, and I started reading a lot about electronics and stuff while I was still in high school, and that curiosity ultimately led me to enroll in Del Mar's electronics engineering program that they had here. And I went through that program, did real well, went over to Texas A&I and did that. I quickly became a really good engineer, and with all the top national achievements and engineering certifications, license, and things like that. Your education that you're getting here is going to empower you to do the same. In closing, let me get back to the fact that you are now among the 6% most educated people on earth. And with that honor comes a huge responsibility to solve a lot of the problems in this community, in our country, in our planet, because, if you don't do it, nobody will. Nobody else is going to be qualified. So I know you're up to the challenge. Now for my big confession. I still really want to be a rock and roll star. So congratulations. Go buy your dream boat.
The Del Mar College 2014 Spring Commencement will be held at the American Bank Center on Monday, May 12, 2014.
That concludes this edition of the DMC Upside.
The DMC Upside can be seen on digital cable channel 19 in Corpus Christi every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m.
Our next show begins in February. We hope to see you then. I'm Carlos Garanzuay.
And I'm Emily Gonzalez. Thanks for watching.